Happy Memorial Day, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the day. I just wanted to share a few thoughts on Memorial Day. It's a day we've set aside in our country to remember soldiers who have died. A day set aside to remember the men and women who have chosen to defend the rights of others and have sacrificed their life in doing so. And for these men and women, we are grateful. And we do need to take time out to remember because we tend to forget. But the United States didn't originally come up with this idea of Memorial Days. In fact, no country came up with this idea. God, in His infinite wisdom, our Creator, knew that we would need days set aside for remembering because He knew we were a people who tend to forget. We're not good at doing that pause and remembering thing all on our own. So God instituted this idea of having days set aside for remembering. Throughout the Bible, God instructs His people to take time to stop and to remember what He has done for them. And we are to do the same. Just take time to stop and remember what He has done for us. Throughout Genesis, God's people took time to build altars, to give thanks to God for what He has done. In Exodus, God delivered His people out of Egypt. He told them, and then He gave them a new holy day, a new holiday, Passover, that was to be set aside for remembering this deliverance from slavery and to remember that death passed over their homes, their families, because of the sacrificial blood around their doorposts. In Joshua, God instructed 12 Israelites to carry huge boulders out of the River Jordan and to place them on the other side. And God said, when your children ask what these stones mean, you are to tell them that I stopped the water of the River Jordan. And these stones are to be a memorial to the people of Israel. So God knew that we would need days and somehow to help us to remember what He has done. And we also needed to pass on this information to the next generation. Jesus continued the observance of Passover. And He gave us a new way to commemorate all of mankind's deliverance from slavery. And so at Jesus' last Passover, He instructed His followers to eat and drink in remembrance of Him, because we tend to forget. And when we take this communion, the bread and the wine, we do so in remembrance of the sacrifice that Jesus made for us. And that was a new way of remembering. And so when we honor our fallen soldiers, when we tend to their graves, we are remembering the price they paid. We remember what it cost them and what it cost their families to secure freedom. And when we take communion, when we pause on our holy days, on our Sabbaths, on our holidays, our Christmases, our Easters, we are remembering the price that Jesus paid for our salvation, the cost He had to pay to secure our freedom. God knew that we needed days and moments set aside for remembering, because most of us aren't good at doing that on our own. He knew we were a people that would tend to forget. And so I just encourage you on this Memorial Day to take time to remember. Take time to remember our soldiers who lived to do battle on behalf of others. Take time to remember Jesus, our Lord, who fought and won a battle on our behalf. Days of remembering help remind us of where we've come from and whose work and whose sacrifice got us here and where we might be without that. And so I hope on this Memorial Day that sometime during this day you're able to take time to remember those who have gone before you and what they've done for you. So have a great day.